Let's give all glory and praise and honor unto the Most High. And we're going to get into it, man. It's going to be a real important lesson today, man. And the Most High, he's always going to send messages, man. He always sent messages. Now, it was up to and he always told the truth. He always told them the truth. Now, it was up to the people to hearken on to the truth or deny the truth, man. Now, today we're going to be looking into the writings of Josephus, man. And you're going to see, before the Romans came in and invaded in 70 AD, there were signs, man. There were signs. The people were showing signs. But they weren't paying attention to it, They bent their ear to the false prophets, man, that spoke the smooth words onto them, and not to the truth. So like the scripture says, man, Yeshua HaMashiach said, a wicked and an evil generation seeketh for a sign, man. They should already know what's coming because they already been told the truth, but they were constantly seeking for a sign, man, to reassure them, man, that everything was good. So we're going to get into it, man, and show you. I'm going to start where it says 3. Thus were the miserable people persuaded by these deceivers, as I was saying, man. They hearkened their ear to the false prophets that was deceiving them, and they were telling them, hey, pretty much, the signs that was coming from the Most High, these were signs of good fortune, so you don't got to worry about it, Let's keep going. And such belied the Most High himself. You see, they lied on the Most High. While they did not attend nor give credit to the signs that were so evident and did so plainly foretell their future desolation, man. Destruction was coming, man. But like men infatuated without their eyes to see or minds to consider, did not regard the denunciations that the Most High made to them. The Most High was showing them, man, the truth. But they did not listen to the people that was telling the truth. They rather live the lie, man. They rather live the lie. So let's go right here. Thus there was a star resembling a sword which stood over the city, and a comet that continued a whole year. So there was a star resembling a sword that came above the city, man. That was the first sign right there, man. Representing, look, destruction is coming, man. The sword is coming. Death is coming. Thus also before the Jews' rebellion and before those commotions which preceded the war, when the people were come in great crowds to the feast of unleavened bread on the 8th day of the month of Xanthicus, Nisan, that's around the time of March or April. And at the 9th hour of the night, saw a great light shone around the altar and the holy house, that it appeared to be bright daytime, which lasted for an half an hour. This light seemed to be a good sign to the unskillful, but was so interpreted by the sacred scribes as portion to those events that followed immediately upon it. So you're saying that this light, it seemed like a good sign to the unskillful. Who's the unskillful? The false prophets. But those that were wise and had wisdom, they seen it as something bad. Let's keep going. At the same festival also, a heifer, that's like a cow, as she was led by the high priest to be sacrificed, brought forth a lamb in the midst of the temple. Moreover, at the eastern gate of the inner court of the temple, which was brass and vastly heavy, had been with difficulty shut by 20 men, and rested upon a basis armed with iron, and had bolts fastened very deep, firm into the firm floor. So there was this big gate, man. This is what it's saying here. There was this big gate, on the eastern gate of the inner court. It was so heavy that it took 20 men to close it. This is what it's saying right here. And it was fastened with iron and bolts. This is how big that gate was right here. 20 men it took to close this gate. Let's keep going. So it had bolts, man, fastened very deep into the firm floor, which was there made of one entire stone, was seen to be open of its own accord about the 6th hour of the night. So this gate, man, that took 20 men to close it, opened on its own accord at the 6th hour of the night. Now those that kept watch in the temple came here upon running to the captain of the temple and told him of it, who then came up hither and not without great difficulty was able to shut the gate again. This also appeared to the vulgar to be a very happy prodigy, as if the Most High did thereby open them the gate of happiness. So you see, the vulgar, the ungodly, the wicked men, the false prophets thought that this was a good sign, man. That this gate opened up on its own, man. That took 20 men, to close it. That was fastened with bolts, opened up on its own, The unwise men thought that this was a good sign, man, from the Most High, And this is what they were telling the people. Hey, don't worry about it, But the men of learning understood it, that the security of their holy house was dissolved of its own accord, and that the gate was open for the advantage of their enemies. So the wise men understood what this was, man. They understood that this wasn't good. Like Yeshua HaMashiach said, man, a parable in the mouth of a fool is worthless. These prophecies are worthless in the mouths of fools. They're not going to understand this, man. Oh, man. So these publicly declared that the signal foreshadowed the desolation that was coming upon them. Besides these, a few days later after that feast, on the 21st day of the month of Artemis, a certain prodigious and incredible phenomenon appeared. I suppose the account of it would seem to be a fable, were it. Oh, man. So the gate opened on its own. The wise men understood that it wasn't a good thing. The wicked men, thought it was a good thing. But then the people were listening to the unwise men. They were listening to the false prophets, not the righteous ones. Let's keep going. So he's saying right here, I suppose the account of it would seem to be a fable, not related by those that saw it, and were not the events that followed it of so considerable a nature as to deserve such signals. For before sunsetting, chariots and troops of soldiers in their armor were seen running about among the clouds and surroundings of the cities. So you see, the next sign that people saw, with chariots and troops of soldiers in their armor, they were seen running around in the clouds, man, surrounding the cities, man. These are the things that was happening before the Romans came in and invaded, man, in 70 AD. Moreover, at the feast which we call Pentecost, as the priests were going by night into the inner court of the temple, as their custom was to perform their sacred ministrations, they said that in the first place they felt a quaking and heard a great noise. And after that they heard a sound as of a great multitude saying, "Let us remove hence." But what is still more terrible, there was one Jesus, the son of Ananias. This is not talking about the Messiah. This is somebody else with the same name. A plebeian and a husbandman, who 4 years before the war began, and at a time when the city was in a very great peace and prosperity, came to that feast whereon it is our custom for everyone to make tabernacles to the Most High in the temple, began on the sudden to cry aloud. So right here, he's saying this guy named Jesus, the son of Ananias, came to the feast, of Pentecost, in a time of prosperity, when everybody else came, he came, and this is what he was saying. A voice from the east, a voice from the west, a voice from the four winds, a voice against Jerusalem and the holy house, a voice against the bridegrooms and the brides, and a voice against this whole people, man. This was his cry as he went about day and night in all the lanes of the city, man. So this is what he was saying, man. He walked about the city saying this day and night in the lanes of the city, man. A voice against the east, a voice against the west, a voice from the four winds, a voice against Jerusalem and the holy house, a voice against the bridegrooms and the brides, a voice against this whole people, man. Oh, man, he's lifting up a standard against them. And this was in a time of peace and prosperity. He came and did this, man. And he said this was 4 years before the war broke out, man. However, certain of the most eminent among the populace had great indignation at this dire cry of his, and took the man up and gave him a great number of severe stripes. Yet did not he either say anything for himself or anything peculiar to those that chastised him. But he went on with the same words which he cried before. So, certain eminent people of the populace didn't like what he was saying. They didn't like the things they were saying, and they took him and they beat him. They beat him. They gave him stripes, man, because he spoke up, man. A voice from the east, man. A voice from the west. A voice against this whole people, man. He's prophesying against them, man. And they didn't like what he was saying, man. Why? Because they were used to living a lie. Let's keep going. Hereupon our ruler, supposing as the case proved to be that this was a sort of divine fury in the man, brought him to the Roman procurator. That's like your modern day terms, like your governor today. They brought him to the Roman governor, where he was whipped till his bones were laid bare. Yet he did not make any supplication for himself, nor shed any tears. Oh, man. But turning his voice to the most lamentable tone possible at every stroke of the whip, his answer was, woe, woe to Jerusalem, man. Oh, man, so they took him to the Roman governor and they whipped him till you could see his bones, man, because he wouldn't stop repeating that chant. And as they was whipping him, he wasn't even crying, man. So they reported him to the higher ups. They reported him to these people just because of what he was saying, Oh, man. And as they was whipping him, you could see, they said his bones laid bare. You could see his bones. And he didn't shed a tear, man. Oh, man. And as they was whipping him, this is what he's saying. In a lamentable tone, they said he was saying, woe, woe, woe to Jerusalem. When Albanius, for he was the Roman, he was then our Roman procurator, the governor, asked him who he was and whence he came and why he uttered such words. And he made no manner of reply to what he said. But still, he did not leave off his melancholy ditty. That's the chant he was saying. Whoa, whoa, whoa to Jerusalem. He didn't leave it off. He kept saying it. Until Albanius took him to be a madman. I want you to remember that. Albanius, the governor, said they took him to be a man. They said he was crazy because they're beating him and he's not stopping from saying this chant, man. The Most High had his spirit on this guy. He kept saying it. Whoa, whoa, whoa to Jerusalem. Whoa, whoa, whoa to Jerusalem as they whooping him, man. Whoa, whoa, whoa to Jerusalem, man. Oh, man, the Roman governor said he's a madman. Remember that madman. Let's keep going. And dismissed him. Now, all during the time that passed before the war began, this man did not go near any of the citizens, nor was seen by them while he said so. But he every day uttered these lamentable words as if it were his premeditated vow. Woe, woe to Jerusalem. Nor did he give ill words to any of those that beat him every day. They beat him every day, man, because he was saying that. Nor good words to those that gave him food. So anybody that beat him, anybody that did good to them, he didn't say nothing to them. But his reply to all men, indeed, no other than a melancholy presage of what's to come. So he kept saying the same chant, all the time. They beat him. They whipped him. He didn't say nothing, man. He just kept saying, woe, woe to Jerusalem. They took him for a madman. They reported him to people. He didn't give any ill words to those that beat him every day, nor good words to those that gave him food, but his reply to all men was the same thing, man. Let's keep going. This cry of his was loudest at the festivals, and he continued this ditty for 7 years and 5 months without growing hoarse, neither being tired wherewith, until the very time that he saw his presage in earnest fulfill in our siege when it ceased. So until the siege started, that's when he stopped, man. So he did this every single day for 7 years and 5 months without growing hoarse, saying the same thing over and over again. Whoa, whoa, whoa to Jerusalem, man. Whoa, whoa, whoa to Jerusalem, man. He said it for 7 years without growing hoarse, man. They beat him every day, man. They said he was a madman. Oh, man, and he didn't stop until the siege started, bro. So when it ceased, he fulfilled it in our siege. So when it ceased, for as he was going round upon the wall, he cried out with his utmost force, woe, woe to the city, and again to the people of the holy house. And just as he added the last woe, woe to myself also, there came a stone out of one of the engines and smote him and killed him immediately. And as he was uttering the very same presages, he gave up the ghost. So a stone came out of, I guess, the catapult that the Romans threw into the city and hit him, man. Oh, man. So he, so he became homeless, man. You know, he was a homeless guy, you know. Remember that, so remember that video I said? Many are in high places and of renown, but the mysteries are revealed unto the meek, man. He was a homeless guy that was prophesying, man, and they didn't like it. You know, he kept saying the same thing, man. The people were warned, man. He came in a time of peace and prosperity. Just because, you know, you're in peace and prosperity right now and you're doing good, you know, that don't mean the Most High's happy, man. He said, whoa, whoa, whoa to Jerusalem. Whoa, whoa, whoa to the city. He said it every day, man. The Most High Spirit was on this man without growing hoarse, man, or tired. And they beat him. They called him a madman. They took him, to the Roman governors, and they called him crazy, man. Oh, man. And then as soon as the siege began, the Most High got him out of there, man. The Most High got him out of there. Let's bring up this verse real quick. Once again, Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5, like I always say, these people thought he was crazy. But in the end, they're gonna find out that these people weren't crazy, man. And you encounter these people, man, but you gotta have the eye to see it. Wisdom of Psalm chapter 5. This is what they're going to say once again. Then shall a righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such that have afflicted him and made no account of his labors, man, that afflict him. That man was afflicted, man. When they see it, they shall be troubled with great fear. They're going to be scared and shall be amazed at the strangeness. What are they going to be amazed at? The strangeness of his salvation. So far beyond all that they look, and they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this is he who we had once, sometimes in derision and a proverb of reproach. Derision, torturing him, do no manner of wickedness to him, man. We fools accounted his life madness. What did the Roman government call him? They said they called him crazy. And his end to be without honor. They beat him every day, man. But how is he numbered among the children of the Most High? And how is his lot among the saints? Therefore we have erred from the way of truth, and the light of righteousness has not shined on to us. And the Son of righteousness has not rose upon us. We wearied ourselves in the way of wickedness and destruction. We're going through the deserts where they're laid away, but the way of the Most High, we have not known it. This is what they're going to say in the end, man. They beat that guy, man, and he was prophesying. They didn't want to hear the truth, man. And in the end, they're going to be confused because the whole time they told them, look, man, these were the bad guys, man. They're going to be troubled with fear, man. Why? Because these are the people that's going to be on your ass now, man. They beat him till his bones was bare and he didn't say nothing, man. He took it. And he kept saying, whoa, whoa, whoa to Jerusalem, man. Whoa, whoa, whoa to the city. Before the war began, man. You seen all the signs, man. Oh, man. Afflicted him every day, man. Whoa, whoa, whoa to the city, man. And the people wherewith. What time were they in? A time of peace and prosperity. He came before the war, man. He went around saying this for 7 years. 7 is the most high number of completion. 7 years and 5 months, man. Oh man, and that's why Yeshua HaMashiach was saying, and it may seem like he went out of the world a horrible way when that catapult hit him, the stone. But I'm gonna bring up a verse for that in a second. That's why Yeshua HaMashiach saying, the Most High, got him out of there. And Yeshua HaMashiach was saying, look, man, don't weep for me. Weep for yourselves and your children, man. Because, you don't want to be alive in a time like that, man. Of the things that was coming upon the earth, man. These people were tormented after this, man. When those Romans came in, the soldiers and started slaughtering everybody, man, it was famine going on. It was a horrible time. That's why Yeshua HaMashiach saying, don't weep for me while he was alive, because he already prophesied that, and he always sent messengers, man. They didn't listen, Oh, man. Let's bring this verse up real quick. I'm going to show you why the Most High took him out. Because trust me, he don't want to live through a time like that. This is Isaiah 57:1. When the righteous perisheth, no man layeth it to heart. Nobody takes it serious. And merciful men are taken away, none considering that the righteous is taken away from the evil to come. So this is what happens sometimes. The Most High got him out of there because, evil was coming on the earth, man. Oh, man. You went around the city saying, woe, woe, woe to Jerusalem, man. Oh, man. Woe to the city, man. They beat him. They call him crazy. But in the end, these people, lots are standing with the Most High. That's why they're going to be so confused, man. Because they can't see, man, who these people are on the earth, And they still here. There's nothing new under the sun. They walk around here, man. Everybody think they're nuts to the bananas, even though they know they tell them the truth. Oh, man. They weren't perfect, man. They weren't wearing, robes like the Pope or stuff like that. They weren't perfect people, man. But what was the one way, the wicked people could tell that they weren't like them, man? And it says in the scriptures, they always looked at them and they say, he's clean contrary to our doings. It means like they weren't doing the things that we're doing, man, to make our living. They weren't engaged in wickedness like us, because we all sin and fall short of the glory. But throughout the scriptures, that when they looked at the people, that was righteous, they said, look, man, he's clean contrary to our doings, man. Let us examine him with this spitefulness and torture, man. Whoa, 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 man. To the city. The spirit of the Most High was on him, man. He didn't grow hoarse. They said, what type of fury is in that man? They beat him. He still kept doing it. The Most High had a spirit on him, man. For him to do that for 7 years and 5 months, non-stop. This is what Josephus was saying, was a strange phenomenon. One of the strangest phenomenons that was going on in the city at the time. The spirit was on him, man. To keep preaching the word, man, till the end. And they didn't want to hear it. But like I said, when judgment came and those Romans came in there, it was hell on earth, man. Hell on earth. But they bend their ear to the false prophets, the liars, man. They said he's a madman on the street. They counted his life for nothing, man. Oh, man. All praises to the Most High, man. Hopefully this was edifying, man.